you should invest. DogeCoin! It's the people's currency, you know it's the best. The most fun and ironic crypto, that is for sure.
So crypto!
We're taking Dogecoin to the moon.
To the moon!
And if a broker says, listen, you can't get rich with Dogecoin, say stonks. But even Daddy Elon knows it's the time to join.
Much fun!
Cause
fate loves irony.
Therefore we're passing Bitcoin soon.
Elon, Gene, Snoop!
Take this little puppy to the moon. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, never sell.
Much rich!
Buy more, buy more, buy more, buy more, it's doing well.
Such high!
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, never sell.
Much value!
Rising, 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 I can tell.
Very trading!
Shut up and take my money. This meme coin is looking funny. Let's make history together. In Doge we trust.
Much trust!
Jump on the hype train, bros. Cause even Snoop Doge knows it's going up. Don't drop it when it's hot. Doge is the only cryptocurrency that you should invest.
DogeCoin!
It's the people's currency, you know it's the best.
Please buy!
The most fun and ironic crypto, that is for sure.
So crypto!
We're taking Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon.
All right, welcome to another episode of Dream Tanks TV. All right, legit. Let's get to the charts. I remember I told you I had to restart my internet. There we go. Now we're back in the charts. Legit. Yo, hopefully everybody's doing good. Legit. All right, let's see what we can find to see what's going on with the news real quick. Well, not the news, but the cryptoverse. What's going on in the crypto universe? Let's see. Hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday, having an amazing Saturday. Hell yeah.
It's a shark farmer.
Here we go.
You know, it's funny. He does kind of give you that, I guess, look from like Men in Black. You ever see those like, like the face just comes off and there's like an alien sitting in there with little controls. He is like, he's like what? He's just one of those.
He does
super
look
smart
like
people.
that.
It's kind of
He
like
looks like
Elon
that.
Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Like, they're just beyond the level of smartness that like most of us will ever have. You know what I mean?
So I don't think investors are necessarily that risk on. I mean, I know the market is technically overbought, but Mark Newton, our head of technical strategy, says you don't really want to be, using an overbought as actually a sell signal because strong markets stay strong.
Tom, you mentioned the idea that leverage isn't what it used to be at points in the past. Does that take a massive market decline off the table? And if we did get a decline, how big in your mind could it be?
For now, I think it does mitigate downside because when leverage is low, like margin debt at the NYSE, it means investors aren't long, yet the backdrop is improving, so that means they have to use these pullbacks as chances to get long. But at the same time, we expect an air pocket in the first half, something like 7% or more. It's just that there's so many top callers now that I think that's why there's still gas in the tank on this rally.
All right, and last question. We have a few moments. The favorite part of the market for you, given the current valuation?
Well, there's what I think are 5 things that are working this year. I don't really want to talk about all 5, but to me, we know that technology and FANG, including NVIDIA, are working because of AI. And I think that's also pulling up, the miners and Bitcoin because they are kind of correlated trades. The second thing that seems to be working are things that are related around Ozempic and reducing weight loss because of the productivity benefit to workers. But to me, the third, maybe most interesting, is small caps. We think there's 50% upside this year. They're trading at 44% of the price to book of large caps. So I do think that's really one of the sleeper stories this year.
Shout out to Tom Lee for being a savage. All right, let's get into this. Robinhood CEO talks stocks, Bitcoin euphoria in credit card market. Interested to see what they got to say over here in Yahoo Finance. Let's get into it.
Bitcoin and stock bulls are charging. A new frenzy surrounding the world's largest cryptocurrency is pushing the price of Bitcoin to all-time highs. This is all things AI have powered stocks such as NVIDIA and Microsoft to new heights. So are major investing exchanges cashing in on all this excitement? Vlad Tenev, Robinhood co-founder and CEO, joins me now. Vlad, always nice to get some time with you. I know you do a lot of these interviews, especially a couple weeks after earnings, but I'm like, I have to connect with Vlad because your stock is rallying, the broader market is rallying. On your platform, what have these record-setting markets done to that platform, and what are you seeing among people?
Typically, when the crypto markets see a lot of excitement, we benefit from that. We're one of the largest crypto platforms in the U.S. We've been growing market share, and that's continued through 2023. I think last time I was on your show, we were talking a little bit about that. But it's definitely not just crypto. We've seen increased levels of activity with the markets across all of our assets and products. So people have been entering the equity markets. Options trading has been up through 2023 as well. Equities market share went up about 14%. Options market share at Robinhood was closer to 20 at about 19%.
Does anybody here use Robinhood? I mean, it's super easy to use, but probably not the best. Well, I guess you could take a crypto off it now, so it's okay, right? I don't know. Does anybody like it? Let me know in the chat.
So as we've been improving our products, we stand to benefit when there's heightened market interest.
Have you seen the rally, AI stocks, crypto?
I think you're seeing a couple of things. Certainly.
Sorry, I was muted. Yo, welcome back, Twisted Fate. Hope you're doing good. Yo, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Welcome back.
Getting more downloads. You can look at kind of the public app store rankings, and there has been a resurgence in interest in investing. Certainly, we've benefited from that. But what's really interesting is it's not just the markets, and it's not just individual AI stocks and crypto. You look at our retirement business, more and more people are interested in retirement as well. So we announced that we had 1.7 billion in assets under custody in retirement accounts at the end of last year. And recently, our CFO was at a conference. He said that number had close to doubled at over 3 billion just in a couple of months. So there's general interest in long-term investing as well, and we're excited to be serving that market.
Guy owns Robinhood and he can't afford like a camera that's on its own stand, not like bouncing all over the place. Real quick, Green Hash said I used it until the GME halt. That was the GameStop halt, right? But in all fairness, that wasn't. I don't think that was just Robinhood, right? If the market moves what 7, 13, or 20%, they shut it off for X amount of hours or the entire day, depending on how high it is. I think 20% is the entire day they stop it. And then DJ said he uses it to use it for options in stocks. Also, use it daily for charts. Nice. Okay, makes sense.
Are investors still looking at Robinhood as a trading platform? Because I've been following a lot of the work that you and your team have done really over the past 12 months, a lot more innovation, 24-hour.
I already asked that. Isn't it a trading platform? Isn't that what it's for? No?
Trading, a push into retirement products. Do you ultimately want to be that one-stop destination for, that maybe perhaps replaces going down to your local bank branch and using it for whatever you want to use it for?
There's 3 things that we're focused on right now. Number one, we want to be number one in the active trader market. So active trader.
This fucking camera is awful. It's shaking like crazy.
Yo, for
Very
real.
important for us. They care about very specific things like performance, pricing, user experience, and we're making lots of investments there, both in the user experience and in.
Yo, it's like the cameraman has arthritis of the hands. It's ridiculous.
A great example there. But we don't want to just serve active traders. And so we want to grow wallet share with our customers. We want to help them build wealth. And that's the second priority. And that's where Robinhood Gold and our high yield products come in. That's where retirement comes in. And of course, the credit card, where we're entering a new product category that's very important to customers. Then the third area of focus is expanding internationally. I think the last time I was at your show, we had just announced the UK launch, and we had also launched in the EU. And we see a huge opportunity there, hundreds of millions of consumers that are underserved. And that's sort of our beachhead to the rest of the world.
How does he not know his camera's like that? I mean, it's obviously his laptop and he's just hitting the table, but damn.
What is the size of that credit card business? How big could that be 12 months after launch? And where exactly are you with that product?
One of the reasons we're so interested in the credit card market is it's so big, right? Over 80% of US adults have a credit card, at least one. There's hundreds of millions of credit cards in circulation in the US alone. And if you look at the credit card market in general, we see three things. Number one, it's large. Number two, the incumbents are enjoying very large margins. So the profit pools in that business are very large. And the third is it hasn't really been digitized yet. So the experience of a credit card, I mean, sans Apple Pay, is pretty much the same as it was 20 years ago. And when we see those three things, we see a great opportunity for us to enter the market and disrupt. So it's getting close. The team's been working hard. I've seen the designs, and we'll be looking forward to unveiling it shortly.
Vlad, just before you came on, we had the opportunity to talk to SEC Chair Gary Gensler, and towards the end of the conversation, they were talking a lot about crypto and the moves in crypto. The chair noting that the sector is rife with abuses and frauds, and at some point, maybe the investment public is putting their own investments at risk. I mean, bigger picture, what do you think about this move in crypto, and do you think investors truly understand what they're getting in the crypto space right now?
I think if I had to look at this,
that was a loaded question. There's no way everybody knows what they're getting into. There's a lot of FOMO.
Move.
Right.
It's we see a supply and demand imbalance starting with Bitcoin, right? So all of these new ETFs came into the market. They've been gathering assets. We're now able to more easily plug institutional interest, of which there's a lot in crypto, and they've been generating more demand. You also have the Bitcoin halving, where there's less supply coming in, and I think the market anticipates that. I do think the crypto space is quite broad. It refers to a lot of things now, including just coins that a couple of software engineers overseas can launch on an exchange. And I think with that level of decentralization and sort of access are risks. But then you look on the other side of the spectrum, and there's significant institutional interest in adding Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies into customers' portfolios. More and more large institutions and endowments are starting to look at it.
Real quick, Mr. DJ Death Star, my man, appreciate you.
Perfect.
Thanks to the dono. He says, thanks for your dedication to the grind. We appreciate your hard work and keeping us in the know. Also, thank you for responding to me on Discord. Dude, no problem. Just reach out if you guys ever have questions. That goes for anybody. I answer almost everybody. Well, I do answer everybody on Discord, unless you just sending me a link. Obviously, I'm not going to talk to you.
Governments you've seen start to look at it too, like El Salvador, for instance, but I think we anticipate that might not be the end of that.
Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
And so I think that's very much entered the mainstream as an asset that customers need and look to add in their portfolios.
All right, and then I don't talk to Steven Cicero either. I don't answer him.
You've been leading this company really through a series of big moments for investors. Of course, a couple of years ago with the meme stock frenzy, but right now markets at all-time highs, crypto all-time highs. What lessons are you putting to play today, leadership, operationally, whatever it might be? Things that you learned a couple of years ago, what are you putting into play now?
Crypto KJ, how do I stop you from messaging me? Damn.
Bruh.
All right. Fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Fair enough.
A couple of years ago felt like a different world. It felt like we didn't really have to operate particularly well as a company to do well. In COVID times, the tide sort of lifted all boats. Now, starting in 2022 with the increase in interest rates, it sort of washed out a lot of the excess in the markets, and we've had to operate differently. So just emphasizing efficiency, performance, focusing on the things that are incredibly important, making sure that the team is aligned and we've got the top talent. I think these are all things that the management team and myself have learned over the past couple of years. And now when we see a little bit of a recovery and, you know, if interest rates then start dropping, as many are predicting, we should see that turn into a tailwind for the business in a big way.
Absolutely. All right. Shout out to this guy for talking about Robinhood and the whole sentiment in the market. Let me see. Is there any, actually, the Bot Life Gamer said, I'm tired of Trump making different accounts trying to add me. Please, guys, know that I'm not just hitting you up and sending you friend requests on Discord. I hope you guys understand that it's not me and it's a scammer. I even bought the stupid thing that goes over my image on Discord, hoping that scammers wouldn't pay the $5 to, like, you know, scam you guys, and they still do. So it never ends, unfortunately. All right, Bitcoin briefly rises above $70,000 to another new all-time high. CNBC Crypto World. Let's get into it.
Today, Bitcoin inches above $70,000 for the very first time. The SEC delays a decision on options trading for spot Bitcoin ETFs. And Bobby Zagata of Bitstamp USA reacts to the crypto market's 2024 rally.
Nice. Mr. Little Time Mining, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. BTC all-time high. Nervos Network making moves. CKB is on fire. Bunch of rocket emojis. Appreciate you. Thank you for that, buddy. Means a lot.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Bitcoin hitting another record high today as we head into the weekend. Around 10:30 this morning, the cryptocurrency crossed above $70,000 for the first time.
Crazy.
But by noon Eastern, it had come back down to just below $68,000.
Let's see where we're sitting right now, actually. Where are we at? Right this second, 68,637. Could be worse, not too bad.
Ether, meanwhile, crossing the $3,900 mark this morning, while Solana got a boost to $148. We're capping off a huge week for crypto, headlined by Bitcoin's first new all-time high in 2 years. It's up more than 8% in the past 7 days, too. Ethereum still outperforming Bitcoin year to date, and that's also true for the past week. It's up 13% since last Friday. The early advance in Bitcoin may have been driven in part by the latest jobs numbers out today, which showed the unemployment rate ticking up to 3.9%, while employment growth from the past 2 months were revised down. That economic data could keep the Fed on track to cut interest rates later this year.
Little Time Mining. Again, thank you so much for the super chat. This thing makes me laugh every single time. Bitcoin, keep pumping. Love it. Appreciate you, buddy.
Which would benefit the crypto market. However, it could also be attributed to the return of volatility. The Bitcoin Historical Volatility Index is sitting near its highest level in almost a year. And I also want to mention some good news over on Wall Street, specifically for Coinbase. That company stock getting an upgrade at Goldman Sachs from sell to neutral, thanks to soaring trading volume on the platform. Coinbase shares were boosted 5% intraday following that upgrade. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. U.S. prosecutors reportedly plan to fight Do Kwon's extradition to South Korea. The Department of Justice told Bloomberg on Thursday that, quote, the United States continues to seek Kwon's extradition in accordance with relevant international and bilateral agreements and Montenegrin law. The DOJ's comments to Bloomberg come after a high court in the country approved his extradition to his home country earlier this week. Both South Korea and the U.S. have been seeking his extradition. Do Kwon's lawyers have fought his transfer here to the States, where he faces civil and criminal charges tied to the collapse of Terraform Labs. Next, the SEC just delayed a decision on bringing Bitcoin ETF options to U.S. markets. The agency pushed back its deadline to give a final answer on a SIBO proposal, which would bring options trading tied to spot Bitcoin ETF.
Can somebody explain this to me? What's the difference between options trading and just a normal ETF? I don't know the difference, to be honest. I don't dabble in options trading, but DJ, if you could like explain the difference in like a brief sentence, let me know.
Recently listed on that exchange. The SEC also pushed back a decision on options for the NASDAQ-listed iShares Bitcoin ETF. Options are contracts that investors use to buy and sell assets.
Never mind, they're explaining it right here.
At an agreed-upon price and time in the future. Options have an expiration date where the investor has to decide whether to move forward with the transaction, but they aren't required to buy or sell. SIBO told CNBC back in January that it believes options would bring more crypto-curious investors into the ecosystem and help them mitigate risk.
Neat.
All right, back to markets for our main story. With Bitcoin capturing new all-time highs this week, Crypto World's Jordan Smith spoke with Bobby Zagata, the CEO of Bitstamp USA, for his reaction to the recent rally and his outlook for crypto investors going forward.
Tech Man Ty, thank you for the $5 super chat. He said, "Happy Saturday, Chump paying YouTube to hear DJ scream like a monkey."
All right, Bobby,
buddy.
yet another all-time high for Bitcoin today, crossing $70,000 for the very first time. What's your reaction to this week, these new all-time highs that we've been seeing, and just how quickly Bitcoin climbed this year after last year's lows? Talk about your reaction to all of this.
Well, I'm thrilled. Obviously, so many of us have been living in a very different environment for the last 18 or so months, and I think this is validating for a number of reasons. We've put some of the negative events of the past, some of the bad players in the space have gone by the wayside, and with the ETF approval, of course, there's real credibility for what's going on, and we're seeing that play out. I think it was going to take some time for the inflows for the ETF products to matriculate into the system and into people's psyches, and that's what's happening now, which is extremely exciting.
Yeah, a lot's been said about the ETFs and their role in this rally. Lots has been said about the halving coming up for Bitcoin and what that means for price.
Halving's coming up. Halving's coming up. DJ's going crazy. Thank you so much again, Tech Man Ty and DJ Death Star and everybody else. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the support.
Are those the big factors here? Is there nothing but good news to look forward to for Bitcoin this year? What are you watching out for, and what's driving this rally?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of other factors. As has been reported, there's also some optimism in the tech space in general, and that usually correlates or usually supports, I think, positive price movement in the crypto markets. We are tech companies, full stop, and so that's an important factor to consider. The macro environment is always a factor as well, but I think the primary ones are awareness and optimism driven by ETF approval, price action, and this halving event does create more and more awareness, and it reminds people about the scarcity model built into the Bitcoin protocol, and that creates interest and participation. Bitstamp, we're trying to be as welcoming as we can be for OG participants as well as new market participants who are just trying to get their feet wet.
Yeah, you mentioned the correlation between tech stocks and the crypto market, and I feel like maybe a year ago or so, everybody was talking about waiting for this decoupling between the tech stocks, the Nasdaq, and crypto. Do you see that correlation coming more into focus as we're seeing this rally? Do you see a situation where we move away from this correlation? What is the relation between crypto and tech right now as a trend?
Yeah, it's a great question, and certainly kind of early indicators right now shows this correlation or at least supports that idea. But it is difficult when you look further out and you think about all of the dynamics around particularly the large tech companies, they could pull apart again, or the correlation could falter. So it's difficult. But I think the bedrock concept here is innovative technologies. People recognize the importance of them in the world. With blockchain, I don't think there's any debate anymore about the importance of it and the role that it could play in financial services, but even more broadly in kind of how we operate as a society.
Earlier this week, we were talking to experts who were warning that Bitcoin could see a bit of a pullback after this strong week we've had. Some are even saying as low as the $42,000 range. Is that something you're watching out for? Do you expect a pullback to be that extreme? I mean, that's a 40% pullback. What are your expectations there?
Yeah, I try never to predict what's going to happen, but I certainly would not be surprised if there was a little bit of a pullback before the halving, right? So I think there's some optimism built in already. And I think that's going to have to play out over a few weeks, and so I expect some price movement. I don't expect a 40% decline, but again, I'm really not qualified to give investment advice.
Yeah. Can I also ask about altcoins and maybe particular Ethereum? It's been a strong performer this year. You have the Denkin upgrade happening next week. You talked a little bit about the optimism for Bitcoin. What about the optimism for Ethereum this year? What are the things that are driving excitement there?
I really hope these fees change with this Denkun upgrade or whatever the hell it's called, because man, it's awful. Like I was gonna swap out a Pepe last night, but it was like $20 to swap. I'm like, you know what? I'll give it another week and I'll see what happens after this upgrade. Watch it go up. Watch the fees get worse.
Yeah, it's a great
terrible
question, and I'm personally really excited to see the resilience of Ethereum through all of this Bitcoin ETF-driven cycle. It's not like it's fallen by the wayside by any stretch, and I believe there's the possibility out there of ETH, ETFs. And then that could perhaps really support that asset in a new way or at a new level. And there's others as well. Solana has really done well on Bitstamp. It's doubled its share, if you will, of volume on Bitstamp versus others. And so yeah, I'm very bullish on obviously Bitcoin, but the non-Bitcoin majors are also getting some recognition and resilience, I think, in the face of all this Bitcoin news.
You led me right into asking about Bitstamp in particular, and how is this rally translating to your business? What are you seeing on your platform as crypto interest seems to be picking up again, as we've seen this momentum in the market?
Sure. As an exchange, we reflect the market to a pretty great degree, and so we're seeing, increases across all the metrics that we care about. So our volume is up dramatically. On the retail side, almost 3x what it was a year ago. On the institutional side, about 2x, and also onboards is increasing, in kind of a double-digit percentage way on both the institutional side and the retail side, and so that's super positive. And I think Bitstamp is becoming a bit more of an obvious choice than it was in the last rally, when people were distracted perhaps by FTX and other players in the market who didn't have the compliance and regulatory kind of commitment and track record that Bitstamp has. So particularly with newer market entrants, both institutions and retail players, they care more, I think, in this next wave of adoption about who they're partnered with, and they want to make sure that they're partnered with the folks that they don't have to worry about. They want the interest and the drama to come from the prices, not from their exchange partner.
All right. Shout out to Cripple the World, CNBC, for that. All right, so let's talk real quick just before we get into anything else, any of these videos. All right, so what I kind of want to go over here, right? I put a poll in the chat. Obviously, I asked you guys, do you have control of your own crypto? Like, do you have a hardware wallet? 32% of you guys said no, which is quite interesting. That's a higher number than I thought it was going to be. So, for one, why, right? Why are you not holding your own crypto? Especially when you can, you can get apps on your phone, right? Like, you can get Trust Wallet, but like that's a hot wallet, right? You can get, I wouldn't trust Exodus, but you can get Exodus. I used to use them, but I don't anymore after all the mishaps they've had. There's a lot of wallets like that have been like hacked, or funds have been stolen, or you get SIM swapped, people can steal your shit. I'd be nervous about those wallets, so I get that. But if you guys are seriously not trying to shill this, if you guys are looking for a cheap wallet, I pinned Tangem up at the top. It's like $50, right, for a 2-card setup. And they actually have a swapping feature inside of Tangem that I didn't even know until I updated the app. Mr. Luke, my man, appreciate you for the $19.99 super chat real quick. He said, current thoughts on Casper regarding the chart. I'm sure you saw Da Vinci Jeremy's Twitter post knocking it, saying it does not solve the trilemma, clearly inaccurate. Do you think he's buying or uneducated? To be honest, I think he's a billionaire and he doesn't need it. That's just my opinion. I think he's just a billionaire and people are just flooding some bullshit to him. He has too much money. He doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? If he's hearing a bunch of sentiment in the market that's just like hearsay bullshit, he's not going to care. He doesn't need your money. He's got plenty of money. You know what I mean? He went all in on Bitcoin a long time ago. But anyways, all right. So getting back to my topic. Sorry. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. We can talk about it at the end though. So the wallet thing, right? If you're leaving it on Coinbase or an exchange just to be able to swap it easy, don't do that. Like, please don't do that. If you guys are holding like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you guys want something that you can, like the wallet, Tangem, the reason me bringing it up was the swapping feature inside it. I updated my app and I was able to just swap. I think it was Changely, is that the site they use? But it's integrated inside the app, so I can literally convert my Bitcoin to USDT or USDC or whatever I want inside that wallet in like split second, like fast as shit, right? Obviously it's got to go there, it's got to swap and come back. They probably got Bitcoin will probably take like an hour, but Caspa was like a minute. It literally was out of my wallet from USDT into Caspa. I'll do a video on it and I'll show you guys the recording. I actually screen recorded it until it came back to my wallet. It was like a minute. It was crazy how fast it was. So I couldn't believe, like, I was thinking to myself, like, why would I keep money on Coinbase when they're being sketchy? Because Coinbase has been sketchy as shit lately. The last 3 times we've had a run up, Coinbase has frozen our accounts. Now I don't know if it's just frozen like everybody's accounts, like the site just kind of crashes and they can't handle the volume or some shit. I think that's bullshit, to be honest. Not trying to throw shade at Coinbase. I don't mind them. I think they're great, right? I think their stock's going to go up. I think they're doing good things for the space as a whole. But I think they're being sketchy. I think they're satisfying the ETF buyers versus their actual consumers on their platform. That's just my opinion, right? I don't know how true it is. Something's going on though. It just doesn't make sense for them to just stop everybody's trading 3 times. Like, you haven't figured this out after the first time or the second time. Now it's the 3rd time. Like, hell no. If it happens again, I know something sketchy is going on. There's no freaking chance. It should happen a 4th time. So I don't know. No promises. Changely will stay up during crazy times. Yeah, dude, I don't know. But you know what, Scott? It's just the fact that you can swap inside the wallet super easy instead of having to send it to an exchange to swap it. That's just my thing, just going right into a stable coin. And then obviously the stable coins going into the exchange is super fast. You don't have to wait, like worry about Bitcoin getting there within an hour and then selling it. You know what I mean? Just, you can just do it right off the bat. So I've been personally thinking about taking my stuff off a Ledger and just putting it all into Tangem. But at the same time, I recommend having 2 wallets. It's good to have a savings account and it's good to have a checking account. You know what I mean? So like my Tangem will be like my checking account wallet, and my savings would be my Ledger that's in the safe, not plugged in, just completely cold storage. You know what I mean? So just, I don't know. There's 2 different sides to this. Ledger, kind of the sharding thing really threw me off, so I haven't plugged it in since that whole incident with Ledger. If you guys don't know what that is, they can basically, with an update and you accept it on their platform, they can more or less shard your seed phrase, where they will give it to 3 different companies, and if you lose it, you could get it back somehow, like, and you pay $10 a month for it. I don't know. It's so sketchy to me. I just don't like the fact that they can even get your seed phrase in the first place. So that's just me personally. So Tangem is, in my opinion, the easiest way. Super user friendly, super easy to just understand and use, and swapping coins is just like a huge thing for me. So anyways, all right, let's get into this over here. We are going to start with Mr. Lark Davis, and then we'll watch Altcoin Daily together. Mr. Crypto McKell is not going live for a half hour, so I think we got a little bit more time. So let's get into it, guys. That like button. Appreciate you all for hanging out. And Luke, thank you again for the super chat, buddy.
Is this time different for Bitcoin? Will Bitcoin top earlier than expected? Well, in light of the abnormal BTC price behavior in the recent weeks, some onlookers, some analysts believe that in this cycle, the Bitcoin bull market top could come a lot earlier than usual, earlier than late 25, maybe even late 24. Does this mean our selling plans are going to go out the window? Well, let's get to grips with the exciting new situation and investigate this theory, and also look at a promising indicator that could give us a clue on when to sell. It does have very high historical accuracy, by the way. So let's get it. Previous Bitcoin.
Real quick, when alts decide to follow BTC with a sad face, BG, are you asking when should they? So typically it's usually Bitcoin, and then the alts. Don't the alts usually follow after Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken, right? Bitcoin will start taking a pullback, and then alt season happens, if I'm not mistaken. Real quick, also, Fully Electric said, I have 4 different Tangem wallets, 1 for mining, 1 for trading, buying and selling, and 1 for long-term savings, and 1 for playing. Dude, that's awesome. Actually, let me ask you a question, Fully Electric, because I was wondering this myself. Can you scan multiple cards on one phone? Or do you have separate phones for each one? I was wondering that, actually, because I got to set up 2 other wallets for my kids, and I'm gonna start putting a little bit of crypto in them. You can use the same phone. All right, that's what I thought. I didn't know why you wouldn't be able to, but yeah, that's kind of cool. 4 different tandems, damn, but they're cheap, dudes, right? You're paying over $100 for a freaking ledger, $200 for an LEPAL, right? You guys can, I have a coupon code for LEPAL too if you guys are interested. I don't make anything off it, but feel free to use it. It's 10% off. Why not? But Tangent's like $50. It's $50, dude. Be smart. Just hold your shit. Like, don't keep stuff on an exchange, please.
Coin cycles have run almost like clockwork so far. Looking at how much time it takes to break the previous all-time high, we see 25 and 23 months respectively. But this time, it appears that the cycle is acting differently. And I'll come back to the likely reason for that in a minute. We're only 16 months after the November 2021 69K all-time high and have already been kissing it just a little.
That's crazy. Actually, looking at this chart, 25 months, 23 months, and 16 months. That's nuts. I think we're in for a super cycle because of all the demand that's going to be coming in, but that's just me. Snake says, never buy coins with your tangent. Why not? Question, why not? Well, I don't know, actually. I've never done it, so I don't know how that works, to be honest. But I've swapped with the tangent, and it worked fine. It worked fine. Let me see. What else? Somebody else said, oh, you just can't add new cards to an existing wallet, but you can have multiple wallets. Okay. Yeah. So like if you buy the 2-card setup, you only have 2 cards forever. If you have the 3-card setup, you have 3 cards forever. It's just neat. And they all have different pins and shit. So it's like you can't get into it with just, you know what I mean? Just by scanning it. Even if you lose one, it is what it is.
A little bit, although we haven't had a big conclusive breakthrough at the time of recording this video. That mega monster candle, maybe by the time you watch this, we will have had, assuming of course that it's not going to be just up forever and that there will come a bear market at some point. In that scenario, when can we expect the top of this bull market? Well, in previous cycles, the top came roughly 500 days after the Bitcoin halving. Translated to the current cycle, this would put us roughly September 2025 for the bull market top. The pressing question now becomes, if the new all-time high has come ahead of schedule, then will the bull market peak also come ahead of schedule? If so, this would make the current cycle an accelerated cycle or a left-handed cycle, with an earlier peak than tradition would have it, and earlier than most people would anticipate, thus catching most of the market with their pants down. The first real sign of the current acceleration we saw in mid-February when BTC blew past a level that in previous cycles has acted as a multi-month resistance level. This was the level around $48,000, which is the 0.618 Fibonacci level on the scale from the bull market top to the bear market low. In previous cycles, it has taken quite a while after the halving to break this 0.618 level. Markets have traditionally wrestled with it half a year or longer post Bitcoin halving, but not now. This time it really is different, at least for that. But what is causing the mania? What's causing us to break everything? It's no secret, of course, that the catalyst of the current streak of 6 green monthly candles in a row has been the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETF. BlackRock, Fidelity, and all the other Wall Street goons getting in on the party. Their volume and net inflows have beaten expectations of even the most bullish predictors. The ETF floodgates of demand from TradFi sources have been open and have overwhelmed the market, often seeing 10, even sometimes 13, 14x the daily amount of Bitcoin produced by miners being sucked up by Wall Street. The diamond-handed hodlers scorched in the fire of a brutal bear market. Well, they're not so eager to sell their coins. In fact, most coins haven't moved in over a year on chain. Not at these prices, at least they're not selling. Of course, the upcoming Bitcoin halving in April will only add fuel to this fire. Could the ETF break the normal cycle? Well, to an extent, it already has. Well, what is a normal cycle? A normal cycle is 1 year bear market, then 3 years up. The previous all-time high tends to be breached around the midpoint of the cycles, essentially. Now, when we see the speculative frenzy coming at the end of a bull market, sometimes the blow-off top ending roughly 500 days post-halving, that's when a lot of that money on-chain is going to move and start selling. Now, bear with me for a second here, or should I say, bowl with me, by assuming that we're in an accelerated cycle, supposedly that we will conclusively break all-time highs very soon, and from there rip on just like in the last cycle, but a left translated time schedule. So if you superimpose last cycle's chart from breaching all-time high over the current one, you're going to see that it would mean a $200,000 plus Bitcoin coming as soon as August, a violent run up, after which the party would be largely over. Get your Uber, go home, or stay until you wake up in your own vomit. Either way, we could see a 2-year long bear market, or at least sluggish action towards a new bottom.
He's not wrong. Please make sure you guys take profits, because that could be absolutely awful. Real quick, let's see. Nerdbeast says, don't know if you already mentioned this, but I saw a video yesterday about the Dogecoin millionaire. Dude held through and has 1.5 million again since Doge is up. Well, it's a good thing he didn't sell for a loss, and he's probably not going to take profits until he gets back to like the $3 million mark. So I think he still has a little ways to go. Still time for you guys to take profits. KYC as an issue. Coinbase has my social security number, says fully electric. Yeah, so when it comes to buying coins through Tangent, I guess somebody said KYC, you have to KYC or whatever. I mean, realistically, you guys should be paying your taxes anyways. If you don't pay your taxes, then you're gonna be paying capital gains, like short-term capital gains on everything you have instead of long-term capital gains. So to each his own. You guys do what you want. I'm not a tax advisor, but I advise you guys to use either I use Coinly. It's super easy, and I have a link in the description if you guys are interested. I don't care if you use it or not, but it literally manages all of your funds too. You can just log into the account and you can see an entire list of everything you have and your entire portfolio. It's super simple and super easy. Actually, Panda uses it too, so he has a code too, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
After that happens, this would mean a thing or two for our selling plan, obviously. Before I get into that, I must talk about some misunderstandings about the whole idea of an accelerated cycle theory anyway. But before I do that, let me interrupt the flow real quick to let you know.
All right, he's going to shill his newsletter. Let's skip forward.
Alpha delivered to your inbox by signing up for free using the link down below in the description.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Now back to the show. So some argue that an accelerated cycle would imply an aggressive run-up earlier than usual in the cycle.
All right, pardon my absence. I got to run upstairs, get my kids something to eat real quick. I'm just going to pour some cereal. You guys can continue to watch this. I'm going to listen on my phone. I'll be right back.
And that's the example that I just gave. But to be clear, an accelerated cycle can also have a non-aggressive increase. Remember, nobody's got a crystal ball. Nobody can predict the future here. All it means is that the top is left of the usual cycle top. Also, it certainly does not mean that the cycle will be shorter. That is precisely the nasty thing about a left translated cycle. If it is the same length and the top is before the middle, then chances are the bottom is lower than the previous bottom, which is very problematic, a failed cycle, so to speak. To be sure, the moment at which we break the all-time high says nothing at all about the translation of the cycle. The fact that we are breaking all-time highs earlier than expected before a Bitcoin halving could still imply a very bullish scenario in which we still would have a relatively normal, or even, get this, a right translated cycle or a slower cycle that goes for longer than people expect. Just a few things to keep in mind before you get too nervous. Remember that this is only one scenario out of many. We could also have a right translated cycle topping only in 2026, right? How crazy would that be? That'd screw a lot of people up. Everybody's here waiting to sell in 2025, and then they sell, and then 2026 when we get our top. The point of all this is to say that you should be prepared for any scenario, make your plans accordingly. Some people will argue very passionately that this is the way or that's the way. We should make our own decisions. We need to be ready for any scenario to play out in the markets here. So far, we have talked about time as a predictor for the top, but
that's a great idea. I'm going to make Bitcoin cereal. That's what we need. Bitcoin cereal. Who wants to make it with me? Just give my kid some altcoins. Just dump them in a bowl. Oh, it'd be so funny.
Of course, there are many others. Now, Rect Capital shared this interesting chart the other day. He writes, of course, the technical analysis for our Wealth Mastery newsletter. And that's, of course, looking at the pi cycle top indicator, a chart pattern or an indicator we talk about a lot. The cycle top indicator tracks two moving averages. Historically, the point in a bull market when the faster moving average, the yellow line, caught up with the 2x multiple of a slower moving average, the green line, we are quite close to a market top. Last time it flashed the signal 3 or 4 days before the actual market top for Bitcoin. So keep all that in mind. Definitely an indicator to keep an eye on. Here's a chart of where the pi cycle moving averages are now. And check this out. They're converging again, and they're on a collision course currently scheduled for around November 2024. Of course, if and when they collide, depending on the price action in the meantime, very aggressive price action happens sooner. Muted price action takes longer. It's only a rough guesstimate, this projection. If price action continues like it has done in recent months, then we could expect the indicator to flash before the summer of 2025, which will screw everybody up. It may make this an unreliable indicator in this cycle. If this all feels very uncertain, well, it's because it is. There are no guarantees in investing. There's no guarantees in markets, no guarantees in charts and predictions. And as investors, we just have to embrace all of this. Still, we are not totally in the dark here. When in doubt, again, zoom out. Take a look at the model that has held up pretty damn well since the first days of BTC ever even had a price, and that is the Bitcoin Power Law corridor. The price has over all these years hovered within the lower and top bands. Given the model's wide margins, we can sort of safely assume that the price of Bitcoin in January 2025, for example, is going to be anywhere between $35,000 and $380,000. Wow, Lark, thanks for the alpha here, buddy. Look, but seriously, circling back to the question we started this video with, we can say that the accelerated cycle as an outcome has become more likely than, let's say, a year ago. Before all the ETFs and all that stuff were on the horizon, we weren't even having this conversation. But an accelerated cycle is by no means the only outcome here, or even the base case yet. So what about your selling plan? Assuming, of course, you were even planning to sell any Bitcoin this cycle, should you change your plan? Also note, of course, that when Bitcoin does top, the following 2 to 4 weeks will be the best last chance to get rid of all those altcoin bags for max profits before the bear market sets in. Anyway, all this depends on if your plan hinged on a time schedule for selling your Bitcoin. Anyway, for example, your plan might have been to dollar cost average out just 5% every month during 24 months straight, or the 18 months after we cross new highs, whatever it might be. That might be a less optimal strategy in the case of an accelerated cycle where the market's top in August, in which case you might want to take more profit earlier. So these are all considerations to start thinking about. But if you're just feeling utterly confused by all the possible scenarios, and I get it, I feel it.
Mr. DJ Death Star, thank you for the super chat. He said, have you ever thought about a miner get-together? We actually do. We do. Well, he means crypto miner, not miners. Well, that sounds weird the way you wrote it, but crypto miner get together. Yes, we do have something that we do together. Hit me up in Discord if you're interested.
You okay, there is a way out. Simply forget about time and only look at maybe price targets or certain indicators that can help really try to put it all together. Dollar cost averaging at certain price points out of the market, for example, could be an interesting way to do it. After Bitcoin hits 100K, start selling 5% a week or whatever. You can use the pi cycle top indicator as a signal to start scaling out. Here's another indicator that has been pretty useful in the past. That's the MVRVZ score. When the MVRVZ score reaches values similar to previous blow-off tops, as you can see on the chart here, then you will know enough is enough and that the market is likely cooked. And then, of course, there's all the usual less definitive stuff, the social signals, your high school friend getting in touch again, asking how to buy dog coins. You got the Coinbase app hitting the top 3 in the App Store, et cetera, stuff we talk about all the time. You'll know enough, regardless of all the calendar date stuff and the theories and whether it's early or regular or late. Pay attention. Just remember, be a bit dispassionate here. Act on the signs when you see them, because the signs will be there and they'll be super obvious in the bear market in hindsight, but try not to have bear market hindsight. Try to be in the moment and realize the signs in front of you when they're happening and pay attention to them. The signals will be there. You just have to listen.
Yeah, signals will be there, but you'll never catch the top, unfortunately. I mean, you might get lucky, you might catch it, but the biggest thing to take out of that video is just kind of understanding the cycle that, you know, this accelerated cycle is it's going to be nuts. I mean, obviously the ETF catalyst, a lot of people coming in. We need to have a goal. You guys need to make sure you write down what your goals are, get to that point and sell it. It doesn't matter if you could have made 10% more, right? I mean, obviously, yeah, it's unfortunate, but guess what? You got to your goal. You should be happy with that. You know what I mean? Take what you get and don't get upset. That's what they say, right? All right, let's get into this. 1 million Bitcoin, rather. Price target way sooner than 2030. Let's see. Kathy Wood is on the front of Altcoin Daily's video. Let's see what they got to say. Hit that like button, guys. Appreciate you for hanging out.
So if you had that bull case for more than 1 million USD Bitcoin, has your forecast timeline to reach that price now shortened?
Bitcoin's price is on a tear. Today, it touched $70,000. The price is flying higher and higher every day as demand vastly outstrips supply. A lot of people are saying that Bitcoin's price can hit 100K before the halving.
Can I be honest? The Bitcoin is for holding, in my opinion. Altcoins are for selling. Most altcoins are for selling. Obviously, if you want to hold something, fine. But guys, shit's gonna pull back at some point. Okay, even Bitcoin. But you know what? I'm not willing to sell my Bitcoin at this point and have it go completely, just out of the realm of me able to acquire it. So I would rather just hold as much Bitcoin as I can and sell my altcoins when the time comes. So when I get to that point, again, of my goal to sell and to make money, I'm going to sell the altcoins and hopefully that will be enough. You know what I mean?
It's incredible, the digital gold rush we're seeing happening in crypto right now.
Well, because I want to see where Bitcoin is in 2030, to be honest. That's the main reason I don't want to sell this cycle. I'll sell maybe next cycle on Bitcoin, right?
Make sure you subscribe to our channel to get an edge in the market. I don't think most people realize if this keeps going the way it's going, Bitcoin's price can hit $1 million way sooner than 2030.
He's not wrong.
This is insane. Kathy Wood,
but I think we need to break 100,000 first,
is moving up her $1 million Bitcoin price prediction way sooner than 2030. Listen, tell me what you think.
Your price target for Bitcoin is bull case north of 1 million US dollars. So if you had that bull case for more than 1 million USD Bitcoin, has your forecast timeline to reach that price now shortened?
Yes, that target, what we evolved in, it was before the SEC gave us the green light. And I think.
Did she just rip one? Hear that?
What we evolved in, it was before the SEC gave us the green light.
So is that a joint?
And I think that was a major milestone, and it has pulled forward the timeline. One thing I will say, right now, no wire.
Yeah, it was just feedback, but it sounded funny.
So whether we're talking about Morgan Stanley or Merrill Lynch, B of A, or UBS or Wells Fargo, no platform has approved Bitcoin yet. So all of this price action has happened before they approve it. And so, we haven't even begun.
So what's your timeline for 1 million USD Bitcoin now? And is there perhaps a price target beyond that now?
Yes, our target is above that. We've got a 2030 target. So it's well above that. And with our new expectations for institutional involvement, the incremental price that we assume for institutions actually has more than doubled. So, I don't want to give out any particular prices, but because we don't know how quickly the more independent registered investment advisors in the United States, those platforms are saying, give us 3 months to do our due diligence. The others are saying we need at least 6 months. So, I would put those in the institutional bucket as well.
But in your view,
Mr. DJ, mine's in the chat, getting all pervy on us. This is Kathy when she was younger, apparently. I'm happily married.
you, Kathy, all of the factors are moving the price of this in an upwards trajectory.
Yes, indeed.
Here's the thing, guys.
She was
There
cute, though.
will be volatility. There is no opportunity without volatility. The last Bitcoin bull market had 13 corrections of 10% or more as Bitcoin rallied from 3,800 to 69,000.
Crazy.
What, do you think we're going to get to 1 million without a few dips?
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Intelligent money is pouring into Bitcoin, and no one knows how high this thing is going. Act accordingly. Real quick, my friends.
Nope. Use Coinly, not this one. Jesus Christ, this is a long ass freaking shill. At least, you know what? Honestly, though, I give them credit because they timestamp their shill, so you could just skip it.
I'm even more excited about altcoins. Think about this. In the
So he
last
said he's excited about Bitcoin, but he's more excited about altcoins, so I assume.
30 days, 73,000 Ethereum got burnt. Bitcoin's supply flow decreases with time. Ethereum's supply decreases with time. And the Ethereum
But it's unlimited, so does that matter?
chart looking great, flirting with 4,000 price range and above. Just checking in with the Ethereum network, Ethereum generated 190 million plus in weekly fees revenue, putting it at an annualized rate of over 10 billion for the first time since early 2022. Think about it like this. Due to Ethereum's fee burning mechanism, this also has an impact on the supply, decreasing it by 33,000 ETH, about 125 million this week. We are entering a golden age for Ethereum. I'm serious about this. Ethereum and altcoins are about to enter a golden age. Or are we? I ask this to you. Are we about 2 months away from the start of a very long golden age for Ethereum and ETH? I think so. This analyst thinks so. This is the thesis.
The only reservation I have with Ethereum is the fact that it's unlimited, and if the government wants to just hold Vitalik by his balls and squeeze it a little, can they make him print more for them? That's the only concern I really have with Ethereum.
In my opinion, new changes to 3 big factors for Ethereum, the big upgrade coming up, suggests yes, an ETH golden age is about to begin.
That doesn't mean you can't make money with it, right? But just that's the real concern.
Price increases have been great, but regrettably, Ethereum has still been underperforming for years. That's all about to change. ETH's underperformance these past 3 years comes down to 3 factors.
The only reason I think that is because they can't, like, they're just going to continuously print money, and that just, it's just going to continuously be devalued, and they are already way too late on making their own cryptocurrency, so it's not going to come easily, that's for sure. Ethereum's already the second biggest coin by market cap on the planet. Like, it's an easy in for the government if they wanted to do something like that and control it.
Short, the 3 factors
My
are
opinion.
this. These things are changing. Factor number 1, Ethereum has been seen as illegitimate for years. The ETH ETF in May fixes this. Number 2, L2s have been viewed as clunky. The big upgrade adds blobs next week, and general growth are fixing this. And then number 3, L2s has been seen as kind of parasitic to Ethereum. Now, the latest data on L2s to L1 symbiosis fixes this. So all of these items are getting solved. The reason for ETH's underperformance these past few years are ending. Ethereum is about to become a consensus bet. Ethereum's golden age is finally arriving in about 2 months.
And you know what? I think Ethereum could probably go to 5 figures. I don't see why not, to be honest. Between 7, 10K or so. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat what you guys think it'll get to.
I see a lot of FUD, people saying that the Ethereum ETFs can never be as successful as the Bitcoin ETFs. Guys, that's
not
so
true.
Short-sighted and simple-minded.
Absolutely.
Saying ETH ETF flows would be insignificant is pure cope. Absolute minimum I expect is 1/3 of Bitcoin flows indexed to relative market cap. Although in a bull market, I expect far more. TradFi has had...
I actually agree because like people getting into the ETF, like they can buy an entire coin way cheaper with Ethereum than they can BTC. So there's obviously an easier in for people to hold more.
So many ways to get exposure to Bitcoin. Ethereum has had relatively fewer. ETFs change this. Do you think the Ethereum ETFs get approved in May? I'd say yes, but it seems...
I don't think in May. I think it's going to get delayed.
Only one man stands in their way.
They'll stretch it
Gary
out
Gensler
as far
just
as they
gave
can.
an Ethereum update on the ETF May 23rd deadline. Listen.
You are facing a deadline coming up in May around a spot Ethereum ETF. Having a
I love this girl. She gives him so much shit.
Haley, you had to
I
get
do
your
have to
crypto
ask this
in.
question. Of course, we are now about 2 months into a world in which spot Bitcoin products exist. They have had incredible demand, more than $8 billion in inflows. Now the optimism is Ether spot ETFs are next. Do you not first have to settle the question as to whether Ether is a security or a commodity? You answer that first?
Well,
you guys remember he wouldn't answer that in front of the chair? It's yeah.
Again, on any one of these crypto tokens, it's about the facts and circumstances as to whether the investing public is anticipating a profit based on the efforts of others. But we do have filings in front of us. I'm not going to comment. I will say this is a highly speculative asset class. One could just look at the volatility of Bitcoin in the last few days. And look, I grew up loving roller coasters. Maybe in my adult years, I don't ride them as much, but you really should be conscious as the investing public that this is a bit of a roller coaster ride on these volatile assets. And then the question is how firm is the foundation of the, you get to the top of that hill, how's the foundation underneath it? And are there cash flows or what's the use case? For thousands of these tokens, there's about 15 or 20,000 of them. They also may be securities because the investing public is relying on the efforts of some group of entrepreneurs in the middle of these projects.
And would you consider Ether as part of that group that may be securities?
I understand you're asking the question, but again, I'm going to defer on that question.
Finally, guys.
He's such a boob. Piranha Cards said, I'd honestly rather listen to Biden talk than this guy.
It's just
I don't know. Maybe not.
Part in this competition. Commonwealth airdropping $2.4 million in VC allocation to hot, unlaunched Web3 projects for free.
Guys, be careful with airdrops, please. Don't link your wallets to this shit. Get a new wallet and link it if you're gonna do it.
We're partnered with them.
My opinion. Oh god, he's shilling something else. Fucking A. All right, we're gonna get out of here because he's just gonna shill that the whole rest of the time. Anyways, all right, that's gonna do it. Let's get into the recap segment of things. See what we're looking like for Bitcoin 68,657. Again, it is the weekend. They cannot trade ETFs, so let's see how we hold up throughout the weekend. And obviously, we'll be back on Monday, and they're gonna, these prices are probably gonna move shortly after we're live on Monday morning. Let's see. Link an empty wallet. Well, yeah, make sure it's empty. Don't. Well. You know what you're gonna have to do though, so we're not getting out of here just yet. We'll get out of here in a few minutes, but what you'll have to do is obviously like some of these airdrops require you guys to do some sort of transactions, but like if you're interested in airdrops, I think there's a man who found it for me. Lawnmower Man, was it you actually that found the airdrop like list? If you have that, you know what? I'll open Discord. If you could send that in Discord again, that would be amazing. I'm gonna see if hopefully it doesn't crash my stream. I don't think it will, but if you did give me that list, can you Crypto KJ, can you post that in Discord real quick for me? And I'll put in the link, or you could just put the link in the chat. Actually, you're a mod, so yeah, just put the link in the chat if you can, and I'll open it up. But yeah, there's like a whole list of airdrops, right? And if there's certain requirements to like trade, like use Jupiter for exchanging or whatever, like with the Phantom wallet, like we got that when airdrop, just link a different wallet, link a brand new wallet, and put a little bit of money in it and do the transaction that you need to do. You know what I mean? Here it is. Thank you, Mr. Crypto KJ, my man. Appreciate you. Oh, jeez. What's happened? All right. So airdrop and points checker. How did we do this? I forget. Oh, you just put your address in. No, wasn't there something else though? Hold on. How do I get them an account? Airdrop points checker. No, so this was the this is different. Crypto KJ, Lawnmower Man, if I'm not mistaken, you had a site where we could, like, there was listed airdrops or something, not the checker. This checker right here though, if you guys are interested, you can just put your address in here and it'll tell you if you're eligible for the airdrop. But again, you have to link your wallets and shit. I would just be careful, be mindful on that. Let me see, I think, or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember, Lawnmower Man. I swear I thought it was you in the VIP that said you found it. I have to look. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't have it in the pins. It's in the VIP chat. If anybody's a member, by the way, and you're not in the VIP, feel free to link your YouTube with Discord, and you guys will get access to that chat that I'm pretty much in with these guys all freaking day. Oh my god, brutal. Anyways, yeah, I don't know where it is, but there's like a whole site you guys can check for airdrops, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, everything's looking good, guys. I think we're doing pretty well. Somebody asked about Chlor AI and what I think about it. I mean, honestly, so like I opened up the site. Distributed supercomputer that fits your needs. I guess let's see, access GPU computing nodes for community members all around the world. Rent a server. So I guess you can rent servers and stuff through their site. So like if it has a utility like this, then yeah, of course it's gonna do well, right? I don't see why not. It's no different than like, what's the difference between this and Vast though? That's kind of a question that I'd like to know. Can you just rent out your equipment and people can pay you in Chlor? Like, how does this work? Does anybody know? If you guys know, please let me know, because I have never really looked into this that far. I knew it had something to do with rent, like computer renting or whatever, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure much more about that. Let's see. All right, how's Caspa looking? Mr. Luke, my man, appreciate you, buddy. Asked about Caspa. I think it's a good time to buy right now, actually, to be honest. Looking at the 1 year, it looks like it's making another flag. That's going to be my opinion. I wonder if we're going to drag it out a little bit and then it'll pop, but we'll see. I think I might buy some more. I bought some yesterday at 15 cents. I bought $1,000 worth yesterday at 15 cents actually, and I did it directly through the Tangent wallet, and it was freaking so easy. I was like, wow. And it was way cheaper. It was $5. $5 it cost me. And with the Coinbase video I did literally the day before I even knew I could swap inside the Tangent, it cost me $9 to swap 100 into Caspa. That was literally like a 10% of the money. So simple swap. I like the company, but shit, that fee was way too much for me. I didn't like that at all. That was terrible. All right, let me see what else you guys got. Any last questions? Airdrops.io, is that it? Oh yes, Steven Cicero, love you long time. Thank you, buddy. I don't want this. Ooh, okay, so look, latest airdrops. Okay, and then they have hottest airdrops. Confirm featured. Let me see. Airdrops are freaking, I don't trust any of them, but I don't even know. I'm just gonna click on one, maybe parallel network. Bad idea. I'm just clicking on shit. I don't recommend you guys click on shit and random websites. I want like a date. Does it tell you the dates?
All right, just to let y'all know, everybody, I gotta make food real quick, so I'm gonna keep the stream going where the chat's gonna go as well. If the video stops, I'll come back and find something new so we can give more knowledge. And also, DogeCoin is moving up, so hell yeah, we're about to break 17 cents. Y'all better hold what y'all got. Y'all better not sell. Don't short sell. Y'all gonna end up losing money. That's potential money.
I want like the dates.
All right.
Why is there no dates? Anybody know? Steven Cicero, do you know? Because it's kind of a neat site, right? If it tells you all the potential airdrops, and if there is a site that'll give you the dates and what you need to do. I mean, I'm assuming if you sign up or whatever, you can find out more about this. Let me see. $300 in 6 days. I found it in VIP. Simple search. Newbie. Yeah, shut up. I hate you. You're the worst. You're the worst. Oh, right here. It says it in the, if I just read. Okay, so Jitto, whatever the hell this is airdropping 100 million JTO to various early users based on snapshot taken over November 25th, 2023. So, or on rather, November 25th, 2023. So there's, I guess it does say that the dates and stuff. Nice. So if you guys are interested in airdrops, then yeah, whatever. But I don't trust them, to be honest. It's just kind of, I don't know, airdrops sketchy as shit. Anyways, all right, guys, I love you all, but I have to do shit today. I gotta finish my studio. Hopefully you guys have a great and happy Saturday. We'll be back later on tonight. If you guys have any suggestions for what you want to talk about tonight with the group of guys, Max Voltage, Geek of All Trades, The Mining King, and Hawk Crypto Mining will all be live on this channel. We were gonna go to Geek of All Trades, but I think he's doing something else today, so I think I'm gonna give him next week. We'll figure it out. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later on tonight, and I'll see you guys bright and early on Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go and see Mr. Crypto Mikkel, guys. Smash that like over there for him. If you can't stay, that would be much appreciated, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out and have a good day. Throw your suggestions in the comments, please. Thank you, Gaming with Smokey Dan. Appreciate it. And everybody else, thank you so much. Peace, peace.
Eat shit, Gary.
One second, everybody trying to get something real quick. 1 second.
Got to get some more out today, some older machines. So upgrades, man, always upgrades. We upgraded the C2 tank yesterday, and it was a flipping nightmare. That's for sure. What are you guys seeing being deployed the most? K-Pros, a lot of K-Pros. Yeah, Kyle, K-Pros, and then K7. K-Pros and K7s. And we no longer take ice rivers. Yo, Chump Change, thanks for the raid, my dude. I appreciate that. Thanks, my dude, for sending everybody over here. Good morning. Thank you all for coming over. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and that bell notification so you know when we do go live and post videos here. I would greatly appreciate that, guys. What is going on? I mean, we got Geek up in here. What's up, Geek? How you doing, my dude? Sound interesting. What's the rate there? I'm not sure what the rate would be with these machines. Not 100% sure. I think it's around 9 cents, but I'm not 100% sure on that. That's why I said you'll find out in Discord if you're in the DCA Discord first. That way I know some final details. I'm mulling that over today and getting the rest of that stuff set up before I leave. You got an S19J Pro already? Yes, I do have a J Pro. Yes. Just another day in paradise. It is.
We have gainitis. I haven't been able to eat recently. I haven't slept much. Seriously, I don't know if you didn't, Lifer. You get every coin. You say you did everything. And I know it seems like after a while, I would get kind of like annoyed with the guy. I'd be like, but I don't take a day off. So think about it. Every time that someone else isn't paying attention, I'm paying attention. And I'm obsessive. And I don't stop. So look, Layer AI, watch Layer AI. I could see this thing ripping up to 5 cents all the way from 2-3. Going up 134, never mind 300. And all you had to do was get in there with a stop loss below the previous resistance and support. That's an SR flip with the stochastics. It's not that difficult. Like, I keep telling everyone, like, it's not that, this is when the trading is works. And so from 2.5 cents to 9 cents, like that. Look how simple that was. No indicators needed. Literally, I could take away all these indicators. Literally, it was 2 lines. I could have made this trade with 1, 2, 3 lines, and then this line right here and said, okay, previous resistance was support. I'm going to buy in now.
Yo, shout out to all the viewers right now. We have 38 right now. We have 2 on YouTube, 34 on X.com, and 2 on Twitch. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Y'all holding it down. DogeCoin to the moon.
You can get some type of pullback here, right? Out of control today. Out of control. These coins are out of control. You put an AI on them, you put the word AI next to them, and they're gone. Like, I've never seen anything like this. Is it a bot that's searching the word AI, buying everything, selling it? Like, is someone just being Santa Claus? And, like, you could buy any coin you want easily. I don't care what it is. Look at Arkham. Like, this thing is just, it doesn't stop. It's like, okay, I'll make an inverted head and shoulder and continue now. What do you mean, Arkham? Like, how do you, like, you've been ripping for days. Now you're just going to make one of these and just pump again? So you're telling me that Arkham's just going to continue now. This is what the chart's telling me. That it's on the way to 499. Like, and it's already in a straight line on the 4-hour chart, 4-day chart. Like, But look, the parabola isn't done yet. I've been studying these charts, and you know what's weird is your subconscious mind will understand how charts move. And this is just insanity to me. I don't see how this I don't see how this stops. Arkham just wants to continue to rip to the upside. AOIZ, AP13, like you name it, it's up. It doesn't stop. It's out of control, everybody. Like, I am just taken aback by it. My only thought is I said I should have made way more money. Like, I should have made $10 million. I should have made $5 million by now. Like, I'm kicking myself. Like, how did I didn't 50x every single coin in the game? I put out AOIZ in this rising wedge, said it's probably likely going to continue. It's out of control. And look, it did exactly that. It went up like almost 100%. 91. I put it in a rising wedge on the 5-minute. Like, that's insanity. My team, guys, there's so many guys. I really need the coachy and Sean. You guys got to scan. You're doing well, but I think you can get more gains. I haven't been like messaging you. I just been putting them out to the group, hoping that you pick up on the word gains. So you got to search the word gains. What I could also do is I just want to make sure, because it's going to get harder and harder to track the gains as they just get more and more out of control. Well, look, I wrote it here. I said, ARZ just does not want to stop. And I could see this thing breaking out and continuing. But, like, to me, it's, like, scary to buy things that are just pumping like this. Not scary, but it's concerning. It's like, wow, how do you just... And it just continued. It just continued. I'm like, every chart I put out is banging on them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, I don't know, man. This is great. Now I have supported resistance at 66. Like they say, well, AOIZ, make a flag now here. Makes it, and just continue. Like, this is just, I guess it's just whatever's. I put out Chihuahua last night because I knew it was a new meme coin. BRC20 meme, right? A Bitcoin meme. 35% gains. If you're in my trading group, we're gonna show you what's hot every single day. It's insanity. Gala getting the move. Look at Gala just exploding today. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look, inverted head and shoulder. You can't make this stuff up. Like, the TA is so spot on. It's ridiculous. Tight moving averages, high volume node. You go the length of the base here. Like, it's just, this is nuts. I make it stop. Make it stop. I'd actually don't make it stop. Don't make it stop. I put out lithium finance. It looked nice to me. Like, I'm not a genius, everybody. Now, like, you put out a coin and it goes up. Like, I put out B-Rise in the cup and handle down there. It's up huge. Of course it is. It's a coin. It lives. People look at it. Like, I don't care what it is. This is insane. I put out Matrix AI. I'm in this coin. I got into it like a year ago. Huge. Like, I am just in a state of complete shock. Like, I bought AI Doge a year ago. I'm in it this morning. I wake up. I'm like, what the? Like, gone. Like, just all you have to do is this, everybody. Like, put something in some type of triangle, grab the back, and like go for it. Like, you don't even need it. You don't need an indicator. You don't need a dang thing. You need a brain and 2 lines. Like, let's get real here. I just want you guys to understand this. Like, I don't want to look like a genius. I'm a genius in the bear market when it's tough, and I gotta find every dang gain that ever existed. Yo, Bobo's gonna break out. I just put it out. Charles Hoskinson was talking about it. I mean, come on now. How doesn't boom? 128% gains. It's already up a little bit. We'll see what happens. Bobo on my radar. I mean, there's too much to write down. I'm in Blocktopia. I got in on the low here because I figured, you know what? It's gonna move at the 786. I'm up huge on this thing. I didn't even talk about it. It was like a real quiet thing I did. I just put this coin out, and I put a thing out. I said, I'll wait for it to consolidate. Delicium, it hit 54 before I had a chance to even, what the heck? What happened last night? Did every single altcoin just explode out of the blue? Bitcoin goes sideways. I'm not mad. You sound like I'm mad. I can't believe this. This double bottom didn't even wait for the third touch of the pattern. Just Palm AI continuing to pump off of this little channel. And look, now Palm AI looks like it's like someone is just putting like I don't understand, but they're just buying every single thing with an AI in it, and so like, is Palm AI just, apparently it's just going to do what everything else does. They just don't stop going up. We got into Palm at 30 cents, man. This thing is out of control. We got into Palm when it was on Uniswap. Then it got onto MEXC. Oh my gosh, man. There's money out here for everybody. If you're not making money right now, take a deep breath. It's okay. We got Creo. This thing's about to blast. This thing is hot. And when it pumps ferociously. And look, there's your flag for Creo. Creo looks like it's about to make gains. When I told you about Solana, it was the all-time low. I told you multiple times. Now I'm telling you about Trump Wi-Fi hat. Do your own research. It's called Trump with hat. Oh, Trump with hat's going to be hot. Look, think about it. Oh, my God. All right, hold on. This is crazy. Oh, man. I know what. All right, what do I got in here? 150 bucks in Solana. Let's just I'm gonna go to Orca, right? So hold up. Also, Orca's about to explode. I'm just letting you know, like, Orca's about to pump. Because things are getting crazy with the Solana ecosystem. Like, what I don't understand is there's so much money in right now, and we're not even, like, my mind is, like, starting to understand, like, where we're either at a blow off top right now and everything's gonna dump horribly, you know. Yeah, I see Orca in a cup and handle about to explode. You do you, though. I don't want to ever, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say you should be taking is financial advice. I am going to tell you, man, a lot of people do what I'm doing, but they put together a whole, like, string of things, and they make pre-recorded videos. You have to sit there. And I like them too, actually. Don't worry, But I'm going to give, what I do is I watch almost every YouTuber late at night, absorb all the information, understand what's happening, follow the trend, get token metrics, see what's trending this morning. I got so much information coming your way. Gala, deepfake AI is hot. MAG is hot right now. MAG is going to continue to pump. I don't see how it doesn't. Big times at the end of it. Like, there's just so much money to be made out here. Oh, my gosh. I feel bad for people that aren't in the game right now. And then you could even just take this and we could look at memes. Banter Bubbles is a little better than Crypto Bubbles in a way because, look, you can filter out a lot of stuff here. So you go to Banter Bubbles, we filter out. And look, right now I'm on memes alone, right? And you can just see these are the hot memes. So Harabi is low, right? I'm thinking like, damn, buy low memes. But these are all the hotter memes. Kazuna. I just jumped into Kazuna. It's on BitTensor. Myro, Mochi Swap. Smurf Cat, never heard of it. Popcat's been coming on my radar now. I don't see it. There it is. Popcat's a new one. I just gave you other ones that I'm looking at. Whiff has been sideways right now, but probably gearing up. Wow, Chihuahua, Wawa, right? AI. I don't know what this one is. You can click on it and get the skinny. About performance. Trade now. Oh, it's even on KuCoin. Any Inu. It's called Any Inu. It's kind of crazy, right? And no, AVAX is about to pump too, 100%. I got $8,000 in AVAX. I mean, and I would want to build I'm about to put my last bigger position in AVAX. It's crazy. So this is it, man. I'm giving you guys the key to the city here. These are the bad boys here. And then, I mean, is everyone going to go to $1 billion market cap? I don't know. Samo's pretty hot too. Got my name in it, right? So I own Pepe. I own Whiff. I'm in the game, right? And I've been playing these games since Pepe was hot. Bad's actually a new one on my radar. Bad's new. And Bad actually could get hot too. I didn't know this was going to be the meme stream. But we should do the Bad Idea AI, right? It just caught me that this could probably do well because I don't know. It just does. You know, I can't explain it, but you'll see certain names. Now, I much rather meme coins on Solana ecosystem, all right, than anything else. Trump with hat, all right. Tiny market cap. Are you kidding me? I don't know, man. That look, this would be the first. This thing is just, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't touch it. 3 days and only getting an eight grand in it is not a good look, right? But you never know. Maybe it could, you know. But again, that's like, and you got to be very careful in the space. Very careful in the space. So yeah, I see Creo making gains not too long from now. Even my elites all over Creo. And we got everybody just banging on them. Like the whole group is just doing great. Shout out to everyone that joined the trading group. Shout out to everyone that's with us. AGIX at 135. I see it going to 164. My bag is huge. I kept talking about it over and over again. I went over this coin all bear market long. I told family and friends that it would be the, you know, nice 20x. I kept saying, hey, man, if I were to buy anything, I put 18, you know, it's at 19, 20 cents right now, man. This thing could easily go to $2 and 10x, you know, probably more. Floki out of control. Look at it. Out of control. Everything made this kind of inverted head and shoulder little pattern, and then it ripped. It was gone. Ideology out of control. A penny to 5/10 of a penny. Like just pick a coin, man. Like, it's just out of control. This is insanity. Sleepless AI that I put some money in just because it had the word AI in it, so I bought it down here. I just like Boba. I just talked about and said, hey, put, you know, right there, stop loss below here. I see it going up 124. It's up even more now. Like, I want to take credit, but like, come on, man. At this point, like, I'm standing here with a mouse in my hand. Like, let's get real. Let's get real. Like, if people are losing money in this market, it's because their emotions are just making them run all over the place. You know what I mean? FET is at $3. Are you kidding me? And, you know, when I really looked at FET, I saw this. And honestly, I don't think we realized, like, this is kind of what's going on. Like a $15 FET? Are you serious? Like, and so I start to just think of my account's up even more now. Like, these altcoins are just out of control. You pick it. Pick a gaming coin. Pick an AI coin. You name it. So, I am just, yeah. And I got more to show you guys. We're not done yet. Bitcoin was easy today, thank God. We had to spend a minute on it. Like, sometimes I got to spend an hour on Bitcoin. That's what's really nice about today, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. I just wanted to see how much FET I would have if it hit these. I'm just like looking at where my net worth is going to end up here. If this is like, it's crazy, man. If like every one of my positions turns into $500,000, like this could get pretty nuts. It really could. I'm pretty amazed at what's happening here. Can we see Flux is up to? I've been watching you every day for the last month, and I've learned a lot. How do you feel about Stronghold? SHX, right? See, I know every coin off the top of my head, dude. It's crazy. I mean, it's coming back to where you want to be getting it. If you believe in the project, it's at that 786. So you just gave me like another buy zone. So there's another beautiful trade. Again, not in a huge uptrend like the other ones. This is what I like to. I like to buy these, sell these. Normally, I get in and get out. I didn't realize that things just kept going up forever and you never had to sell them. I sold FET one time at 109, and I bought back in at like 110 or 114 even. I'll never do it again, man. You know, meme AI, yeah. Gaming coins are getting some love right now. Wonder if the meme money is going into the gaming. I think all the money's going into everything, man. You know what I mean? These guys are pushing Trump with hat. I don't know, man. It's got too small of a market cap, bro. Oh, he goes, Trump with hat is Trump, not Trump with hat. Okay, let me see. All right. But there's MAGA, though. There it is right there. I see. So, wait, but it came out on the 2nd, got a huge pump, back down, almost $1 million market cap, though. That makes me a little more comfortable. It is in the lows. This is where, it had its initial, run up. Maybe. You never know. I think with hats hot, anything could happen, He does rock a hat, so it's kind of like, What do you think about Gecko? Can you check out Cody? This is the wrong one again? See, that's why you should, I don't know. Whenever people are in the system out pushing there and going in the chat, you'll be there. Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree with that. And I don't want us to be exit liquidity. So, guys, this Dow maker is a big deal. I want you to understand what's happening. Masa's going to be big. All right? Write it down right now. Put it out. We're going to be trading it. People are going to be talking about it. It's going to be pretty big. All right? And look, I mean, I just want to put on your radar what they've done. Octavia came out, did a 28x. Okay? They got Magic Square, 7x. Game GPT, 8x. Coins that we know and have played with. What else did we know? Tenet, which is a big one, did a 17x. ARB iPad, Sui Pad, 6.5x. Rejuve AI is one we've been trading on and off, 9.6x. So they've come out with some big, Gamium, 43x. Phantom Maker did a 4x. It's just crazy how many coins come out, right? Prometheus did a 9x. Victoria VR did a 200x. So when we're trading these coins, remember, people have already made massive gains on them. Isn't that insane? So they've come out with Game Starter, Dino, XCAD Network was a 90x, right? From their launch pad. So, like, this thing is, I don't know. This thing create some winners. And so, Masa, to me, I believe, in DAPad, these are two big ones coming out. Very interesting. Dow Maker. Now, I see Dow Maker going up alone just because it's creating so many awesome projects. So, again, I don't know. No one paid me to do this. This is my own research. I'm just nice enough to give this, guys, to you in the show. All right. So, moving forward, we give you a lot of new coins today. We talked about a lot of things. Grass.io, I really think you should be doing this. I think the rewards could be phenomenal. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. You are giving a little bit of away of your internet connection, but you get a lot of rewards, Look, 333 every time I do anything. It's always there. It doesn't matter what I do. But look, constantly doing things all the time. I mean, you got to love it. So I think XEN could do crazy numbers. Can you check it out? Thoughts on Filecoin? Yeah. Thank you for the knowledge you share, brother. Can you look at Hex? ETH is looking beautiful. What do you think about VAI? I like VAI a lot. I owned it. I bought it a long time ago. It could do numbers for sure. Wow, there's just so much going on today. It's crazy. And I've been like a little more brash with my charts recently because it's just like, listen, it's simple. Like, look at this, If you're willing to buy and hold something, you could make some money in the space, If every time you're waiting for again, a lot of things are popping immediately. Look at this boba. I can't believe it. Stop loss to break even. I mean, this is crazy. I'm getting rid of this new. See, I put deep. I don't want this music. It's what they're taking from. This is deep house, but like. Anyway, Marvin on the ecosystem gem drop next Solama. I mean, you guys, stop. Please stop. You do it again, I'm gonna kick you off the stream. You said it once, you said it twice. You do it again, I'm gonna get annoyed, man. Please, have some respect. Thank you. Like you said it, we get it. We can read, bro. All right? Like I think I'm gonna actually time you out right now. And I don't want to, but come on, man. Like, don't be a little 5-year-old. How old are you? 17? Are you young? Maybe you're a young kid. But like, if you are a young kid, act like a grown man. All right. All right, let's take a look at Alice. Alice is going here to 309. Very likely you're going to see Alice at 309. It's a premier gaming coin. Anything with gaming on it is going to rip. I don't care what it is. PYR is going to rip. Immutable X is going to rip. Illuvium is going to rip. It's all going to rip. I can see where we're going. I can see what's happening. Chain Guardians, rip. Right? Mines of Dolinia, rip. Mavia, rip. Like, Beam, rip. Like, this is insane. On Bitcoin, next leg up, it sucks liquidity out of the alts. It will, but it won't too, though. There's just going to be so much money pouring in, man. And I think there's just enough money for everything because the dollar is just, no one wants in. No one wants to touch it. Our baby GFAL is ready for its next big move, in my humble opinion. But Alice is, so Al, this is what you do. You see that a bigger time frame is about to move. And then you flag out the 7-minute. Very simple strategy. And when the 7-minute makes a flag, you get in, and then you trade it up to the target of the 4-hour. Very simple stuff here. Don't reinvent the wheel. This is where it's actually the least difficult to make your gains. You can do this very simply. Can JoyStream ever come back? That's the question. Got a little pump off this trend line. See, I drew these two weird trend lines. I'm like, well, JoyStream would have to, they definitely kiboshed it. It's that shady coin, man. I see BSC pad. Look, pads are coming back strong. Everyone's going to start to buy BSC pad soon because they're like, oh, I need the IDO. This thing's going to rip. Highly likely. And you're bouncing off the 618 fib. So, if I can get hidden bullish on the 2-day, yeah, pretty much. I don't like where the 2-day is right now. 3 days, all right. I think there's better out there with momentum, but it's only a matter of time. BSC pad hits 40. There's check deck, Dex check, right? I just put this out, likely to pump. Let's take a look at what happened here. So it broke out beautifully off of the 618 Fibonacci level. It's on the way to the target at 19. It was just sitting at 9, 8. And now, look, it's in this flag. Now, this is kind of descending triangle flag. But we could say it kind of broke back inside, too. But this thing is hot, and I could see it continuing. Fake AI is on my radar, too. Deep fake AI, right? It's trending right now on token metrics, and almost like 90% of the coins that trended there hit with massive amount. I mean, the AI knew because they got AI working, and then people self-fulfilled prophecy, right? So, and this thing just got started. It was just 9/10 of a cent. So it's up like almost 4x. But apparently that's like how things begin now. Like a 4x is just like that, like everything's gonna do a 40x apparently, So fake AI is something that I'm watching closely. I'm not in it right now, but I definitely, if I get a bigger gain today on something else, I'll swing into fake AI. Looking pretty interesting. It's getting that buzz. And it might take a few more days for it to continue on, but and again, it could go to zero, everybody. Nothing is guaranteed. The Bitcoin could lose the key level, we could dump, and everything here could dump. Always have a stop loss. Always cover yourself. All right. Sam, are you still long on Shiba? Yes, I am still long on Shiba. Yeah. And they got Bit Shiba, which I don't even know what Bit Shiba is. Wait. Bit Shiba? I don't know what this is. Bit Shiba. But they're calling it Shiba. But like, I know it's just like everything, I don't know. This thing looks like it's going to take off. It just looks, the TA, to me, it's all about the technical analysis. And it has sound, I know you guys don't believe me, but a meme coin can have sound TA. Anything human beings buy and sell, they input the data in. Once they input the data, we have it trapped in mathematical time and space. And we're able to see what they're doing. So, you know what I mean? Grok on the move, man. Grok. Yeah, we looked at Grok last night, and it was just retraced to a beautiful spot. I don't know about on the move per se, but it is starting to make some higher lows. Well, we have it on the radar too in this giant cup and handle at the target. And I'm nice to you guys. I don't know why I'm so nice to you guys. You know why? Because I know we dominate the industry. Everybody knows who the lifer is by now. Everybody in the space. Like, you know, we got the Best Technical Analysis Award of 2023. If Adam will ever ship it to me. Adam, ship me the award, man, so I can freaking show people. Somebody tell Adam he's got a Manta or Soul, sir? Manta's hot. I keep buying into Manta and creating a bag of Manta. I think Manta's going to do a TIA. All right. He said AI GPT about to rip. It kind of already did, man. All right. You know. Maybe it even rips some more. It's like pick your coin, any coin at this point. I can't believe it. I still use the proper setup. Though. Like Crest, it was an old coin. I forgot about it. 2 days ago, like a week ago, I was like, oh yeah, remember Crest? Then I looked at it like last night before I went to bed. Out of control. Don't even know what it does. 44. Just had thought about it just the other day. It was in my mind. I'm like, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. 300x. 3x. You know, this is just nuts. I can't believe it. You said Lamb is a hot. Lambda. Yo, Lambda's hot. Lambda out of control last night. And I remember Lambda. I knew what Lambda was like, I'd say, I don't know, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And I just wish I had seen this flag. Look, all you had to do is play a bull flag. Like, this is simple stuff. It's insane. Sammy, thoughts on Ethereum Classic? Lifer, can you give? Because you're on the move, baby. Just think of everyone coming into their full first bull cycle. Think of Grandpa buying BlackRock Bitcoin and going in his first run. Unbelievable. GHX is an AI gaming DPEN. NVIDIA conference with a huge partnership to be announced, similar to Render. Gamercoin, out of control. Look at that thing. Just 5 cents. It's now 16. And everything like this is just ripping. Yeah, you must have heard the news, right? Look at this thing. I am just like, I'm like scared. When stuff gets like this, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm almost like, is this for real? You know what I mean? Like, is this for real? Like, you name it, it goes up. This did a 7x Matrix AI. I was buying this when nobody talked about it. You guys remember, man? It was one of my long-term holds. I could see Huahua going up more, man. Chihuahua. Alluvium had a huge pump today. I see it going to 171. That was the buy zone off the 618 golden pocket. This took some time, February 4th. This is a regular move, right? You know? Soho is my radar for sure. What do you think? Sam, please check the new meme, H Barbarian. That thing's hot too. Yeah. Alice is hot. Yep. Sand. We talked about sand because when sand is like Ethereum for the metaverse, when sand moves, you know that money's moving into the metaverse, right? And look, my target for sand is 91. It hit my first target, my second target, third target at 73. It's on the way to 91. I have it in this flag. It boomed up today. You can see it. Boom. How did I know? Because I know when the cup and handles move because the moving averages get tight. So the TA tells me when the actual everyone's looking for the trend. The TA tells me when the trend's going. So when I see sand moving, I know we're moving into the gaming trend, right? So I knew right there that it was time to get into gaming heavy. I mean, we all knew, and other games were already up huge. I'm not saying, you know, but these are the indications that you're looking for. All right. BioFi, like AIBB, Bull Bear AI, like this is just one of the list of coins. Here's the second half. Wow, doing damage. Look at that. Breaking out the flag. I have it going to 15. This thing was just $2. So every coin, or WorldCoin, this is WorldCoin, sorry. Thought it was wild. I get them confused sometimes, right? Optimus was on my radar in the cup and handle. I see it going all the way to 70. It's on the way. It didn't matter what I put out. It's ripping. Like, Opalus was on my radar. It was at the 618 in the cup and handle. It went to 100%. Like, Maker, I saw doing a double bottom. It hit the target right there and then continued up. Velodrome is on my radar. This one hasn't done damage yet. I see it going to 18. It moves with arrow. And these are kind of like, these work on base, the base protocol, right? And so if base gets hot, this is like the cake for base in a way. And this could get pretty big. So I'm watching Aerodrome on my radar. I'm in it for $5,000. We'll see what happens for Aerodrome, right? Myria rips to 13. We got in at 6. Hit 15 at one point. Again, the 618, 786 area of retracement. Optimism hit an all-time high. I took some profits out right there, and I put it in another altcoin, Octavia. So I took half my profits out of Optimism, flipped them to Octavia, VIA, right? Snack's been lagging a little bit, but it did do a nice pump right there off the 618, 786 Fibonacci retracement. Stacks we talked about before the ecosystem was big. I went over Alex coin when it was 9 cents. Like, what didn't I not cover for you guys? BRC20 I nailed. Like, this thing's up at 4x, and Alex hasn't done the damage yet. Alex is about to pump. Look at it. Alex is so this is a lagging one. So you could put some AI, gains into here possibly. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. And pay yourself. Always take some profits off the table, man. When the market gets this heated, it gets me a little weary. There's got to be some type of pullback at one point, One last thing I want to cover is OXL, a new coin that I just found out about. OXLeverage.io. See, another brand new coin. All right. So, coin alert. I just bombarded you with new coins. I'm sorry. I know. It's like, you're like, what do I do now, lifer? I know about every single coin in the game. Now I don't even know what to buy. Just tell me about one coin next time, right? I get it. This thing's brand new. It's on my radar. Came out. It's consolidating here. Who knows? It could go to zero, anything. But it just, $8 million market cap. It's on the radar. I got some VCs and some other guys that are pretty hot in the game taking a look at it. I could see it consolidate and eventually get a move up. And it's very, very, very early. So, you do you. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you for jumping on in. All right. All right, let's take a look at the super chats and the fan funding and see what's happening here today on the live. Can you check Muse, please? How high do you think Orca will go? What the charts convey, man. I got a chart in the trading group. I'm going to hold back a little bit. Marvin on Soul Ecosystem, another gem drop on Solama. Thank you. Will you look at Benji's Soul, Taylor Swift's cat? Want to see what Flux is up to? Flux is banging. Remember when we went over Epico? I bet it's up huge. Right? Alex getting ready. Now my charts just speak for themselves. You just look at the chart. You're like, yeah, I see what you... Wow, look, up huge. It's crazy, right? I don't care what it is. You're up 3x in it. Adam and Eve double bottom. We talked about it with the flag that hit the 618. That was a perfect entry. We went over this. See, people gave me the coin. I did the TA, and I could see what was going to happen. And almost every single coin that I did TA on did exactly. The TA is spot on. I talked about this coin down here. When Bitcoin dumped, it didn't dump that much. And I always remember it was pretty hot. Actually, right here, Bitcoin dumped. I had this flag, if you remember. Something like this. Bitcoin dumped. I readjusted the flag slightly. Then Bitcoin dumped. This was the Bitcoin dump. It did nothing. I said, this has to be a buy at 60. It's all at 118 now, right? Rio. And this is real world assets with a very small market cap, too. I talked about Radium because I knew Radium was the Solana swap. We waited for it to get back to the 618 golden pocket. I said, that's when you should get in. I can't, I basically put the entire, like, this is insane. Nosana was the hottest thing since sliced bread. Did it ever cool down with all this, you know, or did it just keep pumping with everything else? So Nosana just continued. It didn't care. Like, and I put it out here. I see Nosana headed to 10. We started trading Nosana when it was like, when it was down here. Look at these parabolic curves they go on. All of these coins are going in these crazy successions. No, it's 100x. This thing was 0.7 of a penny, and it's at 7 cents. I mean, this did 100x. On a centralized exchange. You didn't even have to get into, like, you guys don't get it. Like, it wasn't this simple last time. Another coin that's on my radar that's likely going to make a pretty big move is Tectum. Tectum's hot right now. Again, I know 119% isn't amazing, but again. And now that we have so many people that understand how to trade, that use my system and my sauce, it's just, the group explodes, man. There's just so much opportunity in the group today. If you don't believe there's opportunity in your life, I don't know what to tell you. You got to stay positive. And one negative thing that can get in your head about because I want to recognize it, is you'll be like, dang, how come I didn't make as much? Like, even I feel the same way. I'm like, wow, like, this coin was called Rocco. I didn't even know. Someone asked me about it on the live. Up 200%. Like, Solanium, Slim. Like, you name it. If it had a freaking name, it's up. I see Pepe continuing. Previous support became resistance right there. Pepe wants to go even further. Look at that. Everything has been doing this and then just deciding it's going to break out the rising wedge and go absolute. Like, I see Pepe going parabolic. You see? Pepe's not done yet. It's going all the way. It's going even further. You see it? Pepe's, in my humble opinion, is going to go even higher. And it's the TA. I've seen this in techno. And I can't even believe the TA is still working out. But look, the 2 hour says Pepe is going up even more for 100% gains. Next target for Pepe is 17. So I got focused off of SHIB when that Shiba came out. So SHIB is just tight. SHIB is looking so tight. So Bitcoin flops, this will flop, right? But you got this kind of Adam and Eve vibe here. Super low on that 2 hour. The 2 hour looks like you're going to rip. So SHIB looks hot right now. I own SHIB, I own WIF, and I own Pepe. My wife admitted to me she bought $4,000 of Pepe last night. Or she moved, like, I think some of her Ethereum into Pepe. You know, she figured, why hold ETH if Pepe's going to rip? I mean, SHIB's going to rip. All right. Okay, can you check Muse, please? How high will Orca will go? I got a chart in the trading group. Benji sold Taylor Swift's cat. Hey, just because you ask about a meme doesn't mean we have to go over a meme. All right? I just want to make that clear. Solam on Marvin. Wow, we got so many super chats here. Is Beast the next banger? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. So, like, still looking at Soul at SHIB 2. I'm sorry about the music today. I'm so into what I'm doing. I don't even care, which is not great, but I just want non-singing house music, man. Like, how hard is that? I want to write to Epidemic Sound and say your AI sound tool is horrible. Like, go get like Gene.
Yo, DogeCoin to the moon. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, Doge is pumping. Doge is pumping. Yo, shout out to all the hodlers. Yo, sorry for all the short seller. You about to get wrecked. And sorry for all the lever trader. You about to get wrecked. Yo, shout out to all the hodlers. We about to go. We about to go. Also, yo, shout out to all 38 viewers right now. We got 37 on X.com and 1 on Twitch. Hell yeah. Yo, that's what's up. Let's get this money.
Everything made the dip, and then these are perfect buys too that people got in. So whenever they dip, it's like they pack their bags. What are they packing their bags for? So whenever you see a dip in the market like this, it means some whale wanted to get in after the price went away. It's like a little kid getting what they want. Like, oh no, I don't care how many people I wreck. I don't care what I have to do to get that price. This is going to 744. You've heard it here first, like RLC. You name it, it's up. RSR, right? Alien Worlds. Remember we used to trade RFox? That's down, fine. If your coin's down, there's something wrong with it. Suka was hot. Digitaro, right? I think this one could do numbers actually. And this is something
Legit,
no one's
let's
really
go
talking
Doja.
about. Only up a 3x, which is actually only
Doja's pumping, yo. Let's go. Keep pushing. 18 cents. Can we get an 18 cents Doja? Let's go.
it didn't play out. Thank God. I need some type of loss here. Look, there's a stop loss that got hit. I lost a trade. Because no, if I don't lose a trade, people think I'm freaking full of it. One of my trades has to dump. One of my setups doesn't play out. I got this in the, Wheel Gill Games continued. We were on that before the market was ripping. The Octopus Network.
Yo, Doja is still pumping. Let's get it. Let's get
Panda is
18
hot,
cents. Let's get it. Yo, shout out to all the hodlers making money right now. Yo, that's what's up.
Too much is PCP. Kind of sad. Just with all the love, I'm like, why do I even have any money in PCP? All right, it got a little bit of love. I can see it getting a 5-6, but it's been a slow mover compared to the rest of the market. API 3 also on my radar. Oh, what a weird little wick there to the upside. But that's in a nice flag. Previous support is resistance too. Everything that I've done on this has done it. I'm not saying it's gonna, but this has been simple, right? So I'm teaching you not to reinvent the wheel. I'm teaching you to take what the market gives you. Don't chase garbage. There's still gonna be garbage out here that you don't need. Wild World booms. Look at that, to 89. My next target's 113. We were buying this thing down at 10 cents, right? I told you this was like my long-term accumulation. And then I had it in this inverted head and shoulder, and it did break out. Look at that. Just every TA that I put out is just, it's beautiful. And then this is a flag, right? That wants to move just right there. I just see how it's easily going to get to that target there. Wilder World. You name it, it has moves. Reef was an old coin we used to trade. Up huge. Is Bake even up? Remember Bake token we used to trade? Even Bake's up, not too much, but 32. Where's Cake right now? And actually, remember when Cake was in this cup and handle, I could see Cake going. Cake's going to head all the way to $5. I could see Cake getting back to 44 where it used to be, too. There just seems like there's money for everybody out here. I'm just amazed. Ocean Protocol, down there at 31. It ripped up to 121. Another AI play. Remember my order chain? I started buying at $1, talking about it 2 years ago almost, right? Remember when I picked Orachain? Things at $18 now. When I put this cup and handle here, back in February 14th, gone. I'm just like, wow. Like it happened. Near. I said if it got above this level, watch for it to rip all the way up to 648.4. Remember, I gave you the call. I said, and then I even gave you this flag, and the flag was the same thing. Cup and handle for Near. What did it do? It did exactly that. Near's up 500%. And you have to remember, these coins are just getting started. Their all-time highs are up here. We'll get some pullbacks, I'm sure, but I think Near could rip somewhere to the $30, $40 region. We're going to get more money in this rally than the last one. Tower's kind of been a quiet right now, right? But it slowly has shown that it has support, and it's building. But it's been a slow mover compared to the rest of the market. Pocket Network is my one position that I'm down in. I actually got in right here, and it slipped a little bit. I waited a little early consolidation. I like Pocket Network, could do damage. I'm in Paid Network too as well. Paid, because it's like an IDO, right? I don't know what that wick is all about, but Paid, I think Paid could do numbers. It's 30 cents. Just since November, it's up 30x, right? But it's just getting started, man. Paid is hot. Kyle Chasse has a lot to do with it. That dude is a VC that doesn't play games. So I figured I'd back him, you know what I mean? I'd back his status. I'm not a fool. I like to buy people, not coins specifically. And so Paid Network, he's sold me on his, exuberance, his passion, and his knowledge. And so basically when I bought Paid, I'm buying Kyle. You know what I mean? In my humble opinion. So, yeah. And, let him know. I will take a look at Marvin one last thing, because you said it's the same devs. I feel like I need a team at one point to, sit and deploy. So, we kind of missed Marvin already. Look, it was, it only has $1 million market cap, though. I'll give it to you. So, it's it's kind of brand new. But it's been out a month now. It's had 2 pumps. Look, 3 transactions. So weird, right? I don't like that little dip. It was doing well, and then it made that little dip. It's got to get back inside that pattern, or it's going to make some type of falling wedge here. Double top too as well, right? 618 fib. $1 million market cap. He says same devs as Solana, right? Hey, you never know, man. But be very careful, everybody, please. You can make tons of money and never touch a meme at all, right? Just remember that. I could put 100 grand in Solana. It can 5x. You can put 10 grand in Solana. It can 5. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor, but just, deep breaths. Don't go too hard on any, I don't know. Do whatever makes you happy. I can't tell you what to do, so. Hook Protocol AI2 report. Interesting thing I think is kind of cool. All right. Alt Daddy is a new site that I just found yesterday. You might want to write it down. Helps you track altcoins, see what's happening. All right. So we covered a lot for you today in the chat. Elon's new dog is Marvone. You guys are crazy. I love that he read the Bible, man. That's awesome. Life Revision is my course. Everything that I'm doing. Okay. And Gorilla, look, it did bounce off the 618. Right? Still going sideways. And Gorilla's hot right now. People are talking about it. So you just want to wait for it to consolidate. Not get too antsy on this. Brand new coin. Hasn't made it, Almost every coin has done this. So, Gorilla should be, 5 cents sooner than later, right? But you do you. And last but not least, Octavia, a coin I personally jumped into recently because I like this 618 Fibonacci retracement here off the 786. So I'll see where it plays out. I'm just playing the traditional TA like you've seen. And putting my faith in the Fibonacci, going for 127% gains. And I like the project too. It's pretty hot. It is up nicely, but so is the whole entire space, right? So the sad thing is right now it's up so high, people are afraid to put money in. Just like when it's so down, people are afraid to put money in. The extremes are where people bug out, right? So what I have to look at is I have to say, am I ready for the long haul? Someone asked about VAI. I like it right now. It's consolidating. You see? Might even have broken out there and retested a little bit. I just thought about my mom, man. God rest my mother, my father, and my mother's soul, man. I lost my mom and my dad this year. I'm an orphan, man. I'm all by myself out here. This guy said, your screenshot the other night was my first and was fire. I learned more in one session than the last year on my own. Appreciate you, brother. Yep. That's what I do, man. I can condense a lot of information into a small bag for you. All right. Adventus can hit 20 in the bull run. Possibly could. And everyone in the mornings, I try to do every super chat. Monday through Friday, I do every super chat. But the Saturday morning stream used to just be this quick little stream. It's funny. It turned into an actual big stream. 1,300 people now. This used to be this quiet little quick stream I would do. It's just funny how things evolve, man. There's a different feeling to the morning stream. And everyone, you have to now at one point realize that I can't do every single super chat asked of me at this point, right? People used to get mad. I just can't. I have to leave the chart at one point. I'll take a look at Portal. I'll take a look at Cardano, and then I got a family to feed over here. See, if you look at, you got a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Half the market already broke out of these, and they're kind of waiting to see. And Bitcoin's sitting in that in waiting. But look at the 333 time frame about to move. And again, it also is support and resistance. I see this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And I see a breakout for Cardano to 95 cents. Really cool once we see Cardano back above $1, right? And it's just fun to see Cardano move, man. You know what I mean? We started to think none of these coins were ever going to move again, right? Even Cardano did a 3x. God bless it, man. And I've been holding Cardano since 2 cents, 35x right now. Let's see what can happen to Cardano, right? 95 cents, baby, for Cardano. So, yeah, I see Cardano making a move. And for Stas, because Stas is my man. And the dude is the man. He knows what's up. Portal, brand new coin. All right. I saw this inverted head and shoulder. It did go up 7%. Ooh-wee. Now I got a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. You see it? And look, it broke out of the inverted head and shoulder beautifully. So Portal made the move from about $2 to $2.50. It seems to be hot. My man Francis Dunn, Uncensored. Check him out. He has a great channel. He's the BRC20 king.